Hey guys, how's it going? Mr. Moki Moki. And honestly, before I get right into the episode review, I actually wanted to talk about a little bit of things I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try and promote this channel a little bit more. I want to try and get to 1,000 subs um, around the end of February. Hopefully, I can do that. I'm just going to try and build this channel up more. I'm going to try and get into the actual card game again. I know I've been taking a little bit of a break and a step back from the game, but I'm going to try and bring more content for you guys. And honestly, I just want to have fun with it again. The game was a little too serious for me, but I definitely want to get right back into it and, start having fun. So hopefully you'll see more deck profiles from me in the future. And if you guys want to see something else, let me know. If you guys want to see some more top 5 stuff, um, request some top 5s that you want to see from me, like top 5 protagonists, top 5 monsters, top 10s. If you guys want, feel free. But with that, I'm going to get right into this episode review. And let me start off by saying I loved this episode. Just like from the animation, not even just the animation, just the content that we got from it was just enjoyable. I had a smile on my face pretty much the entire time. I'll be honest, I still found the tree thing a little dumb, but like I accepted it. It's whatever. But I was able to look past that and honestly enjoy what I was watching, like so much so that like I just couldn't stop smiling. Like everything that was happening was awesome. Um, you see you see the internal struggle that Yuusaku has to go with and deal with, and it's awesome. Like he wants to protect Akira, and wants to save, and he's trying to wait it out and see if there's a way for him to actually win this duel and save Akira. He wants to have his cake and eat it too. And honestly, I thought that that's where this episode was going. As soon as Kusanagi started working on the computer and started to find a solution for him, I was like, okay, that's how it's gonna go. He's gonna find the solution. He's gonna save Akira, using that device. And it was like trying to be foreshadowed and everything. And and he would be saved, and then Yusaku can go in for the win, and everybody's happy. Win-win situation. But no, it doesn't happen that way. Um, and Akira even says, like, you in order to better for everybody else, some sacrifices must be made. And even if you don't have to make those sacrifices, you have to deal with it. Even if sacrifices are done, you just have to carry on and move forward. And it's awesome because Yusaku doesn't make this decision himself. He doesn't say, Akira, I'm sacrificing you. He Because that's not who he is. And honestly, if Yusaku did say that, I think we would have to question his role as a main character, right? Because it's not how it works. But Akira does say that stuff, and then he proceeds to sacrifice himself so that Playmaker can go forward and do the best for everybody else. Now, it's not as big of a deal when you step back and think, well, these people really aren't dead, to be honest. They're just turned into data, and they'll be brought back, quote unquote, to life when, you know, they're like when Yusaku wins. And we kind of know that Yusaku's going to win because, if Yusaku doesn't win, there's no story, right? Um, so the weight of it isn't that much when you think about it, but still, it's still a good lesson to learn. Because Yusaku was filled with doubts, and I thought that honestly, it was such a good way to present an aspect of his character development. I'm not saying that like oh, we had some character development from Yusaku. Okay, now we don't need any more. Like, no, we still need more, but I think that this was a good step forward. That he gets to see more and more that sacrifices are being made. He had to see Emma get sacrificed to Revolver, in order for him to have that info, and there was nothing he can do about it. He felt helpless, and again, here we go. He feels helpless with Akira. He can't do anything. He can't save him. He can't help him, and all he can do is just sit back and try to prolong this duel, so that he can try and find an answer. Um, that's that's awesome. But in the end, there was no answer for him to find. Akira made the decision himself to sacrifice himself so that Yuusaku can have the conviction to win this duel. So now he stepped forward. He said he's not going to have any more doubts anymore. We'll see. We'll see if he doesn't have any more doubts. I think I like that aspect where he had doubts in making his decisions. It made him feel more human than what I originally thought of Yuusaku at the beginning of the series. More doubts means that like he's more relatable, right? He can't make as big of a decision now. But now he says he doesn't have any more doubts. He's going to go forward. And winning this duel, just at the end of it, Spectre says, "Oh, you don't have any more doubts, but are doubts and regrets the same thing?" So now there's a different aspect to it. He might not have any more doubts, but going forward, Spectre says he'll probably have regrets, and that's something that he has to deal with. And I'm looking forward to that aspect of character development that he has to go through. Honestly, the emotion of this episode that Yuusaku was giving off, and just the facial expressions that Yuusaku and Spectre had, it was awesome. And even the scene where Akira just like sacrificed himself, he gripped his fist, he grabbed onto the thorns and sacrificed himself. Just the emotion there, it was honestly it was awesome. I'm thinking like this was probably my favorite episode. And the only other one that I think of that can like even top that was maybe the one where it was Yuusaku versus Akira, and because that was a great episode too. But honestly, this episode was amazing, and I don't know what you guys think, but you guys, if you like this episode, I sure hope you did because I do. Um, it was just awesome. Even the beginning of this episode, I should have talked about that first, but the beginning of this episode just put a smile on my face right off the bat when Yuusaku was about to fall off the bridge, and Spectre's just like, "Yeah, you can fall, and I'll win, and I'll be fine." And then Yuusaku provokes him, and what an awesome, awesome way to get back into the duel. Just, oh, if you don't defeat me by dueling, Revolver's just going to be disappointed in you. And what a good way to play on your opponent's emotions. It's like, honestly, just like as soon as that was said, I was just like, oh, this is going to be a good episode. Just like, I didn't even know Yuusaku had that kind of banter and like coy way of thinking in him. Like, he just provoked the crap out of Spectre, and because of that, he was able to stay in the game. And Spectre even says, "Well, my pride for Revolver ended up biting me in the ass." Not in those exact words, obviously, but yeah. But yeah, and I think what's important is people really like Spectre as a villain, and I do too. He's definitely growing on me. I wouldn't say he's the best villain of Yu-Gi-Oh that we've ever had, but he's definitely getting up there. And honestly, it's good because it seemed at the end like he was having almost a mental breakdown, but he wasn't redeemed. Like, sure, we learned about Spectre, a little bit about his past and stuff, but he's still not changed. He still wasn't quote unquote saved. So I think that's important because he was defeated, but he wasn't saved. And he was even saying to Aoi that please, he needs somebody to save him. So I think the important thing here is that Spectre lost, but he can still be saved, and I think that will be good for down the line for Aoi, because when Aoi develops, she can come back and duel Spectre again, and probably Spectre will still stay a villain, which is good. And down the line, that'll be good because it's symbolically important for Blue Angel, quote unquote, to save Spectre. And that's been foreshadowed from their duel. So I don't think Spectre is redeemed as a villain. I think, or sorry, not redeemed as a villain. I don't think he's been redeemed as a character. And I think that's important because when he's redeemed, I think Aoi's the one who's going to do that. So he's been defeated by Playmaker, but he hasn't been redeemed, and that's important. Yeah, so I like that aspect. So, and at the end we had he starts like bawling his eyes out because his tree is burning, um, and I mean I didn't feel anything for that moment, but you know I understood the symbolic meaning behind it, so that was cool. And yeah, and everything was in this episode was great, and the only thing that really put a damper on this episode was the preview for the next episode, which was really sad because honestly, it says Hanoi's recollection, and I'm pretty sure you know what that means. It's gonna be a recap episode. I'm gonna friggin' lose my mind. All right. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed the episode, make sure to tell me what you liked the most about it, and like this video if you did. Subscribe for more content, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.